know you're somewhere.
Hi Sag, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. Today, Sag, you guys got Wombat Spirit, be at home, but in reverse. This is a 5. I think that you guys might be just hiding who you are. You might not be comfortable with who it is that you are. There's something about with being at home, being in reverse, you guys are not comfortable within. And because you're not comfortable within, it kind of shows like either you still have more to like learn about yourself, which we always do. Like we're always changing, we're always learning about ourselves, but there's something about how like you're uncomfortable with yourself. Like you're uncomfortable with people seeing a part of you or showing people a part of who you are. So I'm really getting this message that, and I think there could be something going on where like you're going through a death and rebirth, right? With the death, the coffin here and the stars. It's like in order to move forward into your dreams, into your like bigger possibilities for you, into what the life that you want, you might have to shed some sort of skin, or maybe it's like you have to put down the mask. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of you guys just wear a mask. You pretend to be someone you're not. And it's like uncomfortable. And I feel like you'll never really get to where you're supposed to get if you're wearing a mask, or you'll never get to, you know, your dreams if you're pretending to be someone you're not. So it's just all about like authenticity. But I feel like a lot of you guys, it could also just be like there's a part of you that's dying off. There's a part of you that no longer exists, or it shouldn't exist anymore. And I think there's a reason for that. Like, in order to move forward, maybe you have to shed the skin. It's like the snake, right? Like in order to get a new set of skin, basically, it has to shed an old one. So I think that's kind of the vibe I'm getting for you guys. Sag. Let's pull a little bit more. But yeah, I think it's important in order to move forward to release whatever this is. So some of you guys, it's like wearing a mask. For some of you guys, it's like a part of you that just no longer serves you. But whichever like category you fall into, it's time to like release that, because that's the only way that's the only way to really get what you want, Sag. So let's pull more. So Sag, I see like here, a lot of you guys, you made it a point to change something about yourself. Like you were like, oh, I can't take this part with me. I kind of feel like it's like your innocence, to be honest, with childhood reverse. It's like, you know, that childhood innocence that we're supposed to carry with us for forever. Something here made you say like, it's better. It's kind of like when you want to turn your emotions off, you want to turn your feelings off. You're like, you know what, I'd rather be numb. You know, after you go through like a breakup, it's like, oh, I'd rather be numb and never in love again than go through the shit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. Like some part of you, I feel like you didn't want to take with you. You're like, I can't exist with this part existing within me. I have to let it go. I think it could be your innocence. I think it could be something like that. Something like that's pure, basically. And I think you guys found it really difficult to go through life with that innocence or that purity. So what did you guys do? I told you guys, you put a mask on. The hero's out here. This is like, I need to shield myself. I need to protect my heart. I need to do whatever I can to like not get hurt again, and do whatever I can to survive. I feel like this is, yeah, it could be someone hurt you really badly and you had to like get into your shell and transform into somebody that you're really not. But I feel like there's another part of this where it's like you don't want people to see you. You don't want people to see you. You want people to see you for this mask, basically. So it's like maybe your mask is like my job, you know what I mean? Or how much money I have, or like where I live, but like I don't really want them to get to know the real me. I'm not going to allow them to see the real me, because maybe again it happened in the past where you got hurt, or maybe it's just like a way to protect yourself. I kind of get it's more for like survival. I think a lot of you guys cannot go throughout your day without this mask. Like you feel exposed, I guess, and it's like I can't go out without my mask. Like I cannot survive without this mask. Like this is the only thing that's keeping me safe. It's the only thing that people respect. It's kind of like money, right? Like people respect money, money talks. So it's like, you know what, like at least if I have my money and you know, that's what I'm showing people, that I'm like happy and wealthy, then that's all they need to really see. Nobody really has to see the real me. And I think it's becoming a problem, obviously, here. It's obviously not gonna suit you because you can't get to the star. That's what I'm saying. Like, you cannot get here without letting this mask go. So it's like they're asking you, they're challenging you, and that's what this 5 is, right? We start off with a 5. It's a challenge, it's a conflict. They're challenging you to take the mask and throw it away. But a lot of you guys are like, no, I have to keep this mask. It's reminding me of like me when I was a kid and I had like a blanket. Like I could not sleep without it. You know what I mean? It's just like it had to be with me. It had to be, you know, I couldn't be without my blanket. And it's just like reminding me a little bit of that for some reason. It's like there's not really a need for it. Like there really isn't. But in my whatever 7, 8, 6, I don't know how old I was. Like my mind, it's like I had it for a long time. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, like in my mind, it's like I have to have it, but it doesn't make any fucking sense at the end of the day. Like I can go to sleep without it, right? Like it's not gonna inhibit me from sleeping. It's just in my brain, it's like I can't sleep without it. And that's how you guys are with your mask. Whatever your mask is, whatever it is that you like show to the people around you, that's what you want them to see. It's like you're only painting a picture with like, you know, like half the colors. That's what I'm getting. Like it's like, oh, I don't want them to see all this about me. I don't want them to get to know me. I don't want them to see any of that. So you're not going to get like that beautiful work of art if you're only using like 2 colors. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what you're doing. You're like, I'm going to get to the star. I'm going to get that masterpiece painting, and I'm only using like I don't know, like black and red. You know what I mean? Like obviously, what can you do with those 2 colors? It's not going to be like, it's like trying to paint a naturescape and like not having green, you know what I mean, or blue. Like it doesn't make any sense. And that's kind of what you're trying to do here. So I'm just getting, and you're coming up in reverse, Sag, and you have the divine and the universe in reverse. So there's a lot of things here that are gonna have to be changed in order to move forward. And I feel like the first thing is like throwing the mask away, like letting people see who you really are. That's a challenge for you. Like it is a challenge for you to be your authentic self. It is a challenge because I think you're afraid of what people would think, or maybe, you know, they would take advantage of you, whatever you think is going to happen. I don't think that's the case. Like, I think we have to be mature and know when like someone's toxic, not to like let them in your house. Obviously, it's like, I'm not going to let a thief into my house. Let's be smart here. But in reality, like, you should be able to decipher who's a thief and who's a person you can trust. And yeah, I guess you're trying to say like everyone that you trust is going to hurt you. I keep hearing somebody say that, but the reality is like everyone is going to hurt you one day. Like that's just the reality. A person you love, a person you hate, doesn't matter. Everyone's going to hurt you one day. The thing is like, how are you going to react to that? Are you guys going to go back to putting the mask on? Or are you going to allow that hurt? It's like, are you going to allow that hurt to change your entire course? Or are you going to allow that hurt to like be what it was, not let it change you, and move forward, which is what they want you to do. So this is a tough read for me because I just feel energetically you guys have a lot of fear. It's all like stemming down to fear. But I did talk about the snake a lot. So I feel like the snake is coming up with the death and rebirth again to show you that like, yeah, there is a shedding of skin that's needed. There is healing that's needed. And there is some sort of alignment that you have to make. And I think that alignment is like allowing you to just be your authentic self at all times. Like not wearing a mask anymore. Not letting people like, again, it's not being dumb and like letting people take advantage of you. I think you're at an age now where like you can decipher who's like the fake people and who's not. But I think at the same time, like, if you're around a person and you feel like you can't be yourself, that's like a very gut instinct to know that like that's not a good person for you. You should probably not hang out with them. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, as a kid, you didn't have those mechanisms and tools because you're a kid. You know what I mean? You don't know who is good or bad because you're a kid. You're innocent. But now you're at an age where I feel like you can decipher. So there is no need to wear this mask anymore. It's reminding me of Daddy Daycare when there's like that kid that won't take off the Flash costume. You know what I mean? He's like, I need to be Flash. I'm always in the costume. And then like, I don't know what they do, but they take him out of the Flash costume and they don't even know who he is. Like, who's this kid? And he's like, oh, it's the kid that was always wearing the Flash costume. And he's just like, yeah, I don't need it anymore. I don't need my costume anymore. You know what I mean? You don't need it anymore, Sag. You needed it maybe like at an earlier stage and you didn't have it. And then you finally got it and now you haven't been able to take it off. And it's like time to take off the mask. It's a really good omen because you have the stars here with the youth card. So I feel like they're challenging you right now to start again. To start again authentically. Some of you guys might be working in jobs that like you don't even like, but it like goes with the mask. You know what I mean? It's like if your mask was like a business suit, you know what I mean? But in reality, like you just want to be like a chef, right? Like you're obviously wearing the wrong costume. You're obviously you're not going to get to the star. Let's just say your star, like your biggest hope in life was to like own a restaurant, let's just say, or be the chef of like a famous restaurant, or get like rated and have like a 3, whatever the amount of stars you need, whatever, right? Like you want to achieve that in your life. And then it's like your job is to be an accountant or something. You know what I mean? Like you'll never get to the star if you keep being the accountant. It's not possible. So yeah, that's what I'm getting, guys. It's like time to drop the mask. It's time to start living authentically. It's time to really be the real you. You guys are older now and you can decipher better who is good and who is bad. And again, everyone will hurt you eventually, but you get to choose who's worth that hurt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm not going to clarify. Let's pull you some advice. Wow. I love that you guys got Mary, because Mary of Nazareth talks about courage, and that's exactly what you need right now, Sag. You need the courage to take off the mask. The Mother of God, I'm blessed, and my courage gives birth to the divine. I think exactly like once you take the mask off and you have the courage to do that, you're going to give birth to something very different. You're going to give birth to a part of you that you don't really allow people to see. And it's like a whole new beginning for you in your life where you can actually go towards the star. And it's kind of like, again, like you want to be a chef, let's say, and you're an accountant, let's just say. I'm just pulling an example out of my ass, but like it's just an example, right? Use it however you want to fit your life. But if you're not doing something that makes you happy, if you're doing a job or you're living on a daily basis with like inauthenticity and you're just doing things to like you're just going through the motions or playing a character here, who's the only person that's losing out is you. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, have the courage to just be you. There is no other you in this world. But it's interesting how many people go and get like plastic surgery to look like somebody else. Like it makes no fucking sense. Like you're born unique and you're born as yourself and you're born perfect, and then people just do anything they can to like be somebody else. It makes no sense. This is about embracing who you are and understanding that like you are unique and you are different, and there is no point in trying to pretend to be anybody but yourself at this there is just no point, because no one else is gonna like, the only way to achieve the star, that which is your dreams basically, is to be your authentic self. So it's like it doesn't suit you in any way to just pretend to be somebody else. Right? And I feel like there's a fear of like what's gonna fall out of your life when you are actually yourself. Like, who will you lose? Like, will you lose your spouse? Will you lose your partner? Will you lose your job? Like, what will you lose? And it's like, well, anything that you lose because you're being your authentic self, that just means that it wasn't right for you. Let's just say like your girlfriend or your boyfriend leaves you because you tell them like, this is really my dream and I'm just tired of like living a lie. Like, I really want to pursue this instead. And they're not supporting you. Then you already know like you've had a fake person near you this entire time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting. It's like, if whatever falls out once you expose the real you, that's a good thing. Like, there is supposed to be shit that falls out. There is supposed to be things that like leave because you're being the authentic you. Because when you were being the fake you, or the you with the mask, that was like another person. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm also getting like, this is gonna connect you back maybe even to your faith. This like idea of just being yourself. So I feel like a lot of things are gonna be put back into place now, Sag, and I think it's just a really important time. So allow whatever needs to fall out, and allow for things to happen. You know what I mean? Because even though it's scary to lose things, I think whatever you lose is like meant to not be in your life. So that's what I'm getting. I love you guys, Sag. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.